Struggling to lose weight or improve your health? You might want to try intermittent fasting. Now, before you start imagining days of starvation, let's clarify. Intermittent fasting, or IF as it's fondly known among its disciples, is not about starving, but rather it's about timing your meals strategically. It's a pattern of eating that cycles between periods of eating and fasting. You might be wondering, is this some new age hipster trend? Well, not exactly. It's been around for quite a while and has been gaining popularity for its potential health benefits. And no, you don't need to be a hipster to try it out. Today, we're focusing on one specific method of intermittent fasting, the 16-8 method. It's as simple as it sounds. 16 hours of fasting followed by an 8-hour window to eat. Sounds doable, right? Stay tuned as we dive into the 16-8 fasting method, a popular choice for beginners. Intermittent fasting isn't about what you eat, but when you eat. It's like a game of hide and seek with your fridge, but with a health twist. Remember those evenings when you raided the kitchen late at night? Well, intermittent wants to change that habit. It's a pattern of eating that cycles between periods of eating and fasting. It's not a diet, but more accurately described as an eating pattern. Now, there are different ways to play this game, with various methods of intermittent fasting available. The most popular ones include the 16-8, the 5-2 method, the eat-stop-eat method, and the warrior diet. Sounds like something out of a superhero movie, right? The 16-8 method is like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of intermittent fasting. It's popular and great for beginners. In this method, you're fasting for hours each day and limiting your eating window to 8 hours. Imagine having your first meal at noon, and your last by 8 in the evening. That's it. You're fasting. And no, dreaming about donuts doesn't count as breaking the fast. Intermittent fasting is not just about wearing the fasting cape, it comes with potential benefits too. Research is still ongoing, but preliminary results show it could help with weight loss. It's like your body's natural cleaning service helping to remove waste material from cells while you're fasting. It's also been linked to better blood sugar control, increased mental clarity, and improved heart health. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. It's important to note that while intermittent fasting has its benefits, it's not for everyone. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your eating habits. So, intrigued by the 16-8 method yet? Let's break it down further. If you're enjoying this video and want more health and wellness tips, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Become a part of our community today. The 16-8 method is as simple as it sounds. 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window. Imagine this, you finish dinner by 7 p.m. and then you skip breakfast. Your next meal would be lunch at noon the following day. That's it. You've just completed a 16-hour fast. But wait, you might be thinking, skip breakfast? Doesn't that go against everything we've been told about the most important meal of the day? Well, that's where the beauty of flexibility in intermittent fasting shines. You can adjust your eating window to suit your lifestyle. If you're a breakfast lover, no problem. You can start your eating window earlier and finish it earlier. Now, during your fast, it's essential to stay hydrated. Water is your best friend here. But if you're a coffee or tea aficionado, don't fret. Unsweetened black coffee or tea won't break your fast. So, sip away and stay hydrated. Now, let's address some misconceptions. You might have heard that intermittent fasting isn't sustainable or it could cause muscle loss. But the truth is, research suggests otherwise. Like any new lifestyle change, intermittent fasting takes some time to adjust to, but once you do, it can become a sustainable part of your routine. As for muscle loss, studies have shown that intermittent fasting can actually help retain muscle mass more effectively than traditional low-calorie diets. Yes, you heard it right. You can lose weight without sacrificing your hard-earned muscles. But remember, everyone's body responds differently to fasting. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's all about finding what works best for you and your body. Now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about making it work for you. Starting the 16-8 method doesn't have to be a shock to the system. In fact, it's best to ease into it like dipping your toes into a pool before diving in. Let's talk about how to make this method work for you, especially if you're just starting out. First off, start gradually. Don't feel pressured to jump straight into 16 hours of fasting. Begin with shorter fasting windows, maybe 12 hours, and increase the duration as your body adapts. It's not a race, it's a journey, and you're the one driving. So take the wheel and set your own pace. Next, we need to chat about what you're eating in your 8-hour window. While we've focused on when to eat, what you eat is just as important. Aim for whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Remember, fasting isn't an excuse to binge on junk food. It's about promoting better health, and that includes good nutrition. Now, what happens if you're fasting and you start to feel unwell? This is where it's crucial to listen to your body. If you're feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or just not right, it's okay to break your fast. Intermittent fasting should never feel like punishment. Adjust your schedule as needed, and remember, your health comes first. Speaking of health, let's touch on who might not be suitable for intermittent fasting. Certain individuals, like pregnant women or people with specific health conditions, may not be ideal candidates for this approach. If you fall into these categories, or if you're unsure if fasting is right for you, it's always best to consult a doctor before starting. After all, we're all wonderfully unique, and what works for one person might not work for another. Another tip to make the 16-8 method work for you is to stay hydrated. Remember, water is your best friend during fasting hours. And if you're a fan of coffee or tea, go ahead and indulge, but keep it unsweetened. Hydration not only keeps you feeling full, but also flushes out toxins and keeps your metabolism humming along. Lastly, don't forget the role of physical activity. Exercise and intermittent fasting often go hand in hand. Not only does it help burn extra calories, but it also boosts your mood and overall well-being. But, just like with fasting, listen to your body and don't overdo it. Remember, the key to success with intermittent fasting is flexibility and listening to your body. It's about creating a lifestyle change that's sustainable, not a quick fix. So take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be in the swing of things, reaping the potential benefits of the 16-8 method. Your journey towards a healthier you starts now. In a nutshell, the 16-8 method can be a simple and flexible approach to fasting for beginners. It's about balancing 16 hours of fasting in an 8-hour eating window. Remember, this isn't about starving yourself. It's about creating a sustainable pattern that works for you. Just to recap, we've discussed the basics of intermittent fasting and why the 16-8 method is a popular choice for beginners. We've addressed common misconceptions and suggested ways to make this lifestyle change work for you. And remember, while intermittent fasting can potentially offer benefits for weight management and overall health, it's important to do it responsibly and listen to your body. The world of intermittent fasting is vast and intriguing, and the 16-8 method is just one of the many ways you can it. So dive in, experiment, and find what works best for you. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more health and wellness tips, and leave a comment with your questions about 16-8 If you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Your support helps us bring you more great health and wellness content.